Hey guys, welcome back. I just finished my last little milling video there. I said I wasn't gonna mill anymore today, which is probably gonna be true until I started looking around and trying to get things off of the to-do list. And there's really not a whole lot I can do until some of my supplies get here. So let me show you what I'm getting into. So this is the largest log. This is that 2-foot base down here that we cut down the other day. It's 12 foot long. And it's balanced pretty well right in the middle, right here in this section here, so I can twist it pretty easily, which is, not the best, because if it comes this way 6 inches, it could tilt off the thing and then disaster. But, so I realized that what the problem was, the trees were so green that, it was fouling my mill, and the bark was the issue, this outer layer. The fibers were getting stuck in the gullet of the blade, and it was making my blade rise and fall. So yeah, so I said I was going to leave these out here, let them dry out a little bit, but I started taking a whack at something here. See what you think. So I don't have a bark spud to get the bark off, but I do have a rock bar, and that thing is, I don't know, it might be 40 pounds, something like that. So I sharpened it up a little bit, put a little bit of a blade on it, and I don't think I'm halfway with this log yet. The bottom kind of ends like right there. So definitely a third of the way. I don't think half yet. So I've got it up here on the rack so I can roll it a little bit and just take little bites out of this. I've been probably working on this maybe 30 to 45 minutes. But we're gonna keep hammering away at it. I'll spray it off, pressure wash it, probably let it sit overnight so that outside stuff, because this fiber stuff here is very wet, and I think this might have been the stuff that was clogging the gullet and the blade. So I think if I pressure wash it some more, this may come off. I don't have a draw knife. I mean, that would probably make it a lot quicker to get all that stuff off, but we'll see. I've got to get the bark off first, so I'll just keep hammering away. Well, I have successfully accomplished several things here. One, I got all the bark off of this log here. Two, I made an absolute mess down here. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure that dries out. That's going to probably be some pretty good fire starter, I would imagine. And I guess three, I wasted about an hour, I think, total, probably getting the bark off of this thing. So I'm going to pressure wash it now and see if I can't get some more of this fibrous material off of here. So I'm pretty sure that's what's causing a problem with the mill with this green wood. So we'll see. I'll pressure wash it. Ain't nothing but a thing. We'll make it happen, then we'll This one I'll probably sit out overnight to dry out. We'll see. We'll see. Here we go. Well, I got going on this with the pressure washer, and I must say I am completely astonished. So this is the side I have not done, and this is the side I have done. All of that fibrous stuff peels right off under pressure with the pressure washer. It is smooth as a baby's butt right now, and it looks fantastic. So I'm fixing to roll this over, maybe another third or so, and I'm gonna keep pressure washing this off. That's the stuff here that kind of comes off. It's a little slimy and stuff, but it is, I mean, that is straight down to the wood. That feels unbelievable. All right, guys, let me keep going. Well, that could not have gone any better. It took a little longer than just kind of pressure washing the log clean from the rocks and stuff. But besides the mess here on the ground, I mean, that log is naked for sure. So the outside's glossy. That's really all sap on there. I wouldn't touch it right now. I've already done that and learned my lesson. So just realize that that's all sap on here. So debating, it's early in the day. It's only about 2:30, so you guys are gonna get a show here. I've got to get this on the mill, and we're gonna try and mill this big ass log. So yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't run into the same thing. If you didn't check out the milling video, I had some issues, which is why I ended up doing this to this log like this. Certainly not the easiest way to debark something, but it got done. So let's get it on the mill here and see what happens. Boy, that is so wide right there. I can't get that log support up to hold the log against the stops on the other side. But it's so heavy, it's not going to move. Well, if there was any doubt in my mind, it is by far no longer there. That cut was absolutely perfect. Not a single dip or dive or wave in that board. And let me see, I took my time on the cut just because it was such a much wider cut than I'm used to making. And this was about just over 19 inches here at the fat end. So it was definitely shooting out quite a bit of sawdust there. You probably saw that on the side. But that is absolutely an awesome way to make that, to be able to mill green logs like this. That was fantastic. So I'm gonna flip this and see what else we can't get done. Just a quick update for you guys. This log now is down to a 15 by 15 inch cant. Very little bit of scallop here on this side, so it's not quite square, but it's fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic. My cuts have been absolutely true. I was super excited that this kind of came out like that. So I've got some rather thick slabs over here. Of course, this was the big end on the log, so these are obviously fatter than the other end where I started at. So I just barely wanted to kind of get the end of the log on that end, and then as it got down to the fat end, of course, obviously they got bigger. But this is all sapwood here, so I'm thinking there's no bark on any of this. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, I'm going to just chop this up into little pieces, box it up, or just contain it in something and let it dry out. There's something out there called fatwood. If you've never heard of it, look it up. It is great fire starter. It's all-weather fire starter. It's basically, you know, the sap. It turns into turpentine. It's highly flammable, and it's great. So I think just having that stuff around here for the folks staying here and some of the campers and things like that, I'll just keep this. We'll see what happens to it. I've never made any. I've always found it kind of in the wild, and I'm not sure if the main parts of the log like this are going to work for it. I've always gotten it off of branches and things like that, so we'll see. I'm going to chop this up probably into like four or 5 inch pieces, and just let that kind of dry out, and we'll see what happens to it. I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop on how that little project matures. So okay, back to this thing now. I've got so again, I want to get 2-inch wide boards or 2-inch thick boards off of this, so I am just now going to make a bunch of 2-inch cuts, and then we're going to stand them up on end and hopefully get some 2x4s out of it. Let's see, it's 15. Yeah, we'll see. I'll make some cuts and then we'll go from there. Well guys, I just finished up with that 2-foot log here just a couple minutes ago, and just wanted to show you the final results of what came out of that. So I've got 21 2x4s, and then as well as 1 4x4. That seems to be the thing I'm kind of getting at now, is that I'm always going to want to get a 4x4 out of the middle, because I'm always going to need them. So yeah, so 21 2x4s, great production out of it. I felt that was pretty good. I've only got a couple little pieces besides the slab stuff. Just one of those things. I learned something new, if you could say it that, rather than you know, I just need to pay attention more. If I have a 12-foot log like these pieces here, these are just kind of squared, maybe 1.5 by 2, something like that. But if I have a 12-foot log and these came off of this log, so it was 12 feet, I have plenty of room down on this end for as overhang. So what I need to do is to ensure that not only is it attached there, or I should say resting on there, I need to have it resting on this furthest bunk as well. Because what had happened on some of the boards is, prior to doing this, I left it kind of short like that, and it kind of dangled and it drooped. Now it's only like 4 feet from this bunk here to this bunk here, but that's enough to let that drop off a little bit. In fact, I don't know if I slide, well, it looks like this middle one. So if I slide this middle one down without lifting it up, you see it's not level with the bunk. So that absolutely makes a difference. And I knew that, and I just didn't do it. So I've got some boards that, you know, there might be a 1/4 of an inch off here or there, but nothing. I mean, these are nailers. They're going to be hidden in the wall, behind a window, whatever. So a quick run through the planer and they should be right as rain. But yeah, every day I come out here, I seem to pick up something new, something else I wasn't paying attention to that I knew before, or, you know, whatever. So I really, case in point, just the biggest thing here. So the first log I did today, I made a milling video when I really should have done a milling video out of this larger log, with me getting the bark off it, pressure washing it, you know, and all the troubles I had with that first log. I didn't have any trouble like that with the second log. So it was quite the effort, I can admit that, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these other 2 logs. I got 2 more sitting behind you guys right here that are, you know, 12 footers that are going to come up here on the rack and get milled up as well. So yeah, one of those things, and you know, I'm trying to get better, but it's 5 o'clock now, so if I was filming it, I might not be done till 7 or something like that. So, but bottom line is I got 21 2x4s and a 4x4 out of it, so I've got to get this stacked up. I've already raked up a lot of that bark and stuff that I got off the tree, so it's not really a mess right now around here. And yeah, so things are looking good. So listen guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I really do. We're creeping up. This might be the 100th video, I'm not sure, but we're creeping up on it. And yeah, so hope you guys are enjoying this. Like I said, we've got other things coming in now. I've already ordered supplies to start cabin 2 up to the subfloor. So those should be in early next week. Inspectors coming to look at the footers on Monday, supposedly. And yeah, then we're going to get rolling on that. So we'll have more construction, less milling. But, you know, things are going to start moving forward. That's going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hey, mash that thumbs up, mash that subscribe button, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.